So we could do a roll call of members. Do you have a clerk or we can just do the chair to do that? So, we'll just read everyone's name. So Katie,
You want me to introduce myself?
or
Oh,
just a roll call.
okay, here.
Katie,
Amanda.
Amanda,
Ilana.
Alana.
Here. And then on Zoom, we have Counselor Perry with us and then also Megan, from the police department.
Hi.
Hello. So we got everyone in. Perfect. So you're just gonna say new business. No.
Okay, new business, meet the mayor's appointee, the mayor's task force against domestic violence, Patty Fair. New executive assistant to the mayor.
Do you want to?
You already did the first thing.
Hello, Patty. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Do you want to tell us anything about yourself or where you come from before?
Actually, I
being here,
retired in
anything like that?
February and I decided that wasn't for me, so I came here. I'm a retired nurse.
Oh, excellent.
Okay,
Okay.
excellent.
Okay, old business. Presenting the final walk-in map of all area services available in this area with the changes that we made at the last meeting.
Yes, I can do that. So a little recap. For anyone who wasn't here at the last meeting, this is something we've been working on for a while. And Christian, the plant has also been helpful with this a lot. These last edits, I did all of them. Oh, well, there we go. Oh, great, there you go. So that's fantastic. So you have them up there. And I also have them on my screen too, but that's even better, a lot bigger. So if you go down a little, if you just go down a teeny bit, what you'll see is this version is the original version that we had from a few months ago. That had
Okay, just 1 second.
that's okay. You have to go to page 1.
Back on. Scroll down, you said?
If you just start at page 1, then you'll see it says that this is like the old version from the first one. I guess it doesn't. I think when you're in this mode, it's not telling you which page it, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So this is the old version. If for someone who's starting from the Greenfield Public Library, and I just want to give a little bit of background to the map because I know the two of you haven't been in these meetings and we're talking about the walking map. So you may wonder, like, what is this about and why are we doing this? So for all of you fans of the Mayor's Task Force out there who are watching this meeting later and just wondering what fascinating things we've been up to. The idea behind this is that people who are experiencing intimate partner violence or, domestic violence, or really anyone who lives in the Greenfield area and who's in downtown Greenfield and needs different social services and support services might benefit from having a map that really says how far are different things from each other. This is especially true for someone who might not have access to a phone and GPS in the moment because they're a young person, because it's not safe for them to look up something on their phone, because they don't have access to a phone for many other reasons. They're living on the street, whatever the thing is. And so having access to a paper map that they can actually look at can be really helpful. And so the map has a bunch of different social service agencies or community support agencies. It also has their location in downtown Greenfield, or sort of which direction they're in from downtown Greenfield. And then on the back, it has a short description and contact information for each service. So that's the idea behind it. And so Christian helped us with the first draft, and then we had some, so this is the old version. And then if you go to the new version,
Page 2.
yeah, page 2 is great to look at. So page 2 has, these are the October 2024 edits from the Greenfield Public Library. And so this has, some of the changes that the group asked for, and also has Community Legal Aid's new office, which is going to be opening up soon on it. And it has Nelquit's new name, the Resilience Center of Franklin County. And so that has all of that in it. And then if you go down further, and I changed the numbers. What I would love is for somebody or a couple of people to look through this and just go to each of these numbers in the right place, because I had to move all the numbers around when we did the real.
Thank you for doing that.
No problem. I know my own brain, and it's good to have an extra person looking at that. Even though I like to think I'm super detail oriented. It's detail. So, if you continue on to page 3, you'll see that's the old version starting at Nelquit. And then if you go down to page 4, you'll see the new version starting from formerly known as Nelquit Resilience Center of Franklin County. And so that has that. And then if you go down one more, you will see the new version of the back page, which has the resources listed on it. And the changes are made to Salison Project. I put a little note that they're now on Riddell Street. Resilience Center of Franklin County is on there. And Community Legal Aid is on there. So those are, I think, all the changes. Is there anything that folks are noticing that I didn't do that we said we were going to do, or that concerns you, isn't clear, anything like that?
Not for me, but is there a little line under community legal aids email or my,
Oh, the under the sea.
yeah.
It looks like it there, but
I'm gonna look.
I see where, yeah, under the sea, I see what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Thank you for noticing that. Okay, I can change that right now. Excellent. This is just the kind of thing that's great to notice. Yeah, I noticed that that was this morning that it was underlined and I ununderlined it, but apparently not completely. Thank you. All right. Anything else like that that people notice is super helpful. I'm wondering if we have a couple of people who could just look at it over the next couple of days, just the new version. So it's basically only 3 pages. It's the map version of from the library, the map version of from Resilience Center of Franklin County, and the backside, just to do a look over and make sure the numbers are for the right things. And then if it looks good, then I will send it over to Christian, who's going to get it printed and also find out how much it will cost to do some translation as well. And we talked about in terms of next steps, once Christian finds out how much it would cost, we definitely are going to translate into Spanish and then find out how much it would cost to also do some additional languages that are some of the most spoken languages in this area.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if the city of Greenfield, if you have the most recent data on the most spoken languages in Greenfield. I know we have spoken about possibly doing one in Haitian Creole.
Mhm.
We have talked about Moldovan or Russian.
Mhm.
And I don't know what other languages are feeling at the top of those, other than Spanish being the top one after English.
That's a good question, something I'd be happy to look into. I haven't seen the data myself personally, but I'm sure there is something like that is being kept
Well,
up to date.
And I think it's shifting because we know
Yeah.
we've had a lot of new families arrive who are originally from Haiti, but many of them speak other languages other than Haitian Creole. So some of the folks I've met actually also speak Spanish or French.
Mhm.
So Haitian would be the best language for them. Are you saying that too, Megan?
Yeah, so I can tell you that the Moldovan Russian population is very prevalent that we handle. And
Okay.
the Creole is very limited.
Okay.
Most of them do speak Spanish or French.
Okay, that's super helpful. So when you're thinking about languages from, and I think actually the police department perspective on this is probably incredibly helpful, probably Dave's office and Nelquit as well, obviously. Do you feel like when we're thinking about Moldovan and Russian, do the Moldovan speakers tend to also speak Russian? Or is it really a separate population between the two languages read or spoken? That's something that I don't know, and I should know because I'm part Moldovan.
I could,
fun fact.
I can ask our Russian and Moldovan speaking officers what their preference is because they're from those areas. One's
That would be
Ukrainian, one's
great.
Moldovan. So I can find out from them what is the best one to translate to.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Great. Do you have any other sense from or Dee's office what you're seeing?
I mean, we see exactly,
Same.
Megan, yeah, the same people
Yeah,
that go, they start at CPD. So yes, I would say I would mirror what Megan is saying, yeah.
Perfect. So, I don't think we need to make any more votes because we voted last time sort of all the way through. We made a bunch of motions to confirm that once the changes were made, we'd already like voted on, yes, let's do the changes. And that once the changes are complete, then we're going to send it over to Christian. So I don't think we need to do anything else on this.
Yeah. I think so.
I guess the only other thing, once we have these two versions, I think maybe one of the questions will be is if we do have any money left over that, someone else can scarf up from somewhere else, which I might be able to do. Are there other locations we want to do starting points from?
Mhm.
I think, so that's another question I would have.
Mhm.
I think luckily, we talked about this before. The library is close to so many things that like the library really works for the DA's office, for example, because they're so close to each other. And that's true for a bunch of other locations. But does it make sense to have one, let's say from Salison? Or does it make sense to have one from somewhere else that there are a lot of people are going, another agency that a lot of people might be going through that's a little different? I was thinking maybe like the hospital, for example. So we could talk about that on another date if we want to.
Yeah. that makes sense.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, that was a lot of me talking. I'm
No, that was great.
we done.
That was great. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay, we have, thanks Amanda for getting
I
that.
think that's gonna be a great resource.
I had my phone in my hand. I was like, perfect.
So,
So we have another topic, diapers, formula, socks collection in the winter.
One change I have to the new version is can you drop the crisis line number to its own?
Let me take a look again.
For that one there, just in case we were talking about doing a drive to collect these
Okay.
things. So I think we're trying to hone in on maybe a date and a location and who's doing collection. So, but we just thought it would be good for the winter to do some sort of drive to collect these necessities.
On the screen, it was showing that it was, I think it's a different, it's not that one, but whichever I'm showing on the screen, it was, oh yeah, this one right here. So I'm just moving the crisis line over.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, yeah, that's a good catch. Thanks.
Since it was already on the line.
Yeah, since it's already on the line, absolutely. Yep. I think that looks good. Yeah, perfect. Thanks. And now put that organization sold out dress.
perfect.
Sorry, we're having side conversations. That's okay.
No worries at all.
We were just talking about that, so Nelquit, which is, changing its name, will still have the same web address Nelquit.
Yeah, we haven't built the new website yet, so.
That's totally
can
fine.
you
Yeah.
believe it?
There are ways that you can do it though, where like either one will direct. you
Yeah,
to-
yeah,
That's
I'll
cool.
make sure we'll have
Yeah.
that. So if they type it in, it'll still route.
Nice.
And then eventually, when we reprint the map, I'll ask for an update, like in a year.
That's.
Yeah.
Alana,
Very
I didn't see it on there and it could just be that I couldn't see it from my phone. Is there
Yeah.
like a date on there that says when it was made?
Yeah, that's such a good question. It is. It says on the bottom of both pages, but it's kind of small. It says updated October 2024. I'm
Perfect.
so glad you asked about that. Thing we had talked about before and it almost didn't end up on there. So thank you for asking.
Of course.
For the diaper formula socks collection, could we just call it like a basic needs collection and then
Yep.
like give a list? And I was wondering if we could add like shampoo, conditioner, body wash to it because Nelquit has a basic needs closet and I'm pretty sure Salison also provides basic needs items. And when people are like fleeing DV or if they're in transitional housing or emergency housing, they need those items, but they don't have the money for those items.
I was thinking, and maybe this is something you guys had already talked about. In February, we do the Winter Carnival, which is a ton of stuff that is associated with the city. And it's after the holidays. Most people aren't thinking about anything at that point, and most people probably have run out of things by the time that runs around.
Were you thinking about that for distribution?
Yeah, or even for collection. I know we talked about doing something
Yeah.
like, at some point through the winter, but I didn't know if there had been additional conversation on when, or like if that's a specific site, or we had, anything set in stone about anything yet.
I think the Winter Carnival is an awesome idea for both collection and distribution because so many people are there.
Yes.
And I think, yeah, I mean, I think that's great. Like, I'm thinking about the Beacon Field event and like the Beacon Field
Mhm.
events, there's places with like the most people.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, the Sunday stuff at Beacon Field usually has a good turnout, and then like Friday night, there's usually a lot of people centralized here for the Parade of Lights, and then the GBA usually does something on the Common. So I would say those 2 days are probably where there's the most central activity. Where everyone's. in the-
Absolutely. And I know that the fire department and the police department are usually partaking in a bunch of those things as far as like when they do the parade of lights and anything like that. So we could always set up stuff as like drop off centers and figure things out. Hopefully our lobby will be finished by then, so we could be a drop off center at the police department.
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I was actually wondering if you had a spot that you could store stuff for a little bit or not. So that's great. Yeah.
So when do we want to start like advertising the collection? In January?
I think we could probably just coincide it with whenever they start advertising the Winter Carnival. We can just add like a blip into that.
Yeah. So I would pencil that around early to mid-January then probably.
I think that makes
I
sense.
think it's the first week of February that they do it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That's when the Winter Carnival itself is.
But they start advertising in January.
Yeah, it's probably mid-January-ish.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Great idea.
Who runs the Winter Carnival?
Christie and Recreation.
Yeah. I could get in touch with Christy more if that's helpful. She and I just spoke.
Yeah,
last
because if they could put a blurb about collections on that, then
Yeah.
people could obviously come with, yeah.
Yeah.
I do the press materials for Winter Carnival. She does like the
Oh,
graphic
great.
design stuff. So yeah, I can make sure that's.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Great idea, Megan. That's fabulous.
Sometimes I have good things that I come up with. You never know.
And it's your day off and you're still turning
Well,
those wheels.
I sent Amanda a text. I was like, I haven't showered yet today. Like I'm still in my pajamas and I'm eating
Well, your
lunch.
picture is
Like,
great. Your
thank
picture
you.
is great.
Thank you. It's a facade.
I will say I did like a virtual meeting yesterday in my robe from like here up.
Mm.
Yeah. It's a whole
I've never
vibe.
done that before. You know, there's always like the jokes about Zoom meetings where people aren't wearing pants. I was like,
Yeah. I love that for you.
Very nice. Well, is there anything else we have on our plate for today?
That was it.
Yeah, I think that was,
I think so. Perfect.
We don't have anything coming up, right? There's no events or anything that we need to attend or.
Not that I could think of. Veterans Day is usually they just have like the military groups and then like the
Yeah.
Boy and Girl Scouts participate. So nothing that I can think of. I'm looking now at your next meeting date. Is that Thanksgiving week? But I think City Hall is
Yeah.
still be open. Okay, so yeah,
I
so the
think,
next.
don't they close at noon that day? Or am I-
yeah. I think probably the day before Thanksgiving is not the best meeting date.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm wondering if that means we want to skip a month or if we want to try to meet a week early or what we're thinking. The reason, I guess the question is, we can go ahead and just start distributing the walking map if it's printed
Yeah.
prior to meeting again, yes?
I agree.
The one thing I will say is just because of the fourth Wednesday, December, your next meeting would be Christmas.
Okay,
So that would be 2 meetings that.
right.
Think-
So that's, thank you so much for introducing that. So do we want to try to have maybe one meeting before Christmas? Like, do we want to have one meeting in like early December or something?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to folks? See if
Maybe
we,
like the 18th or the 11th?
You need to check the room availability though. There's other groups.
I
that
can-
use the room.
I can do that right now, so I can book it and everything. So,
awesome, okay.
so yeah, any day, I can even put holds for both of those days if people are unsure on if they work for their schedule.
I could do either.
Yeah, it'll be at the same time, I'm guessing, right? Being 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll do I'm guessing same.
Then I can do either if it's at the same time also.
Same.
Perfect. Do you have any preference does anyone have a preference? So if everyone's amicable with
So
either,
was that 11th or 18th is what you're?
Yeah.
If the 18th works for people, that would be better for me because otherwise I'm supposed to be at another meeting.
sounds good. Yeah, we could do the 18th.
Works.
The 18th?
Yep.
Great.
So we'll do, the next meeting will be December 18th. So I am putting the hold in the calendar now for the meeting room, so you'll be all set.
Great, thank you.
No problem.
So that's 11. Thank you.
No problem. Perfect. Okay, so that is all set. So I think we're good to go. So I'll just,
Well, I have three, sorry.
oh, no worries.
One, Domestic Violence Awareness Month is closing out, and we had the mayor's proclamation, which was really lovely. So thank you, Matt, and at the time, the mayor's assistant and the chief of staff. And then we had Nelquit had their event on October 19th, and WID came and was there for many hours. Sorry, WID, because I made him talk to me for probably 45 minutes. But I learned a lot. And Janine came with her grandson, and we had like 25 people
Excellent.
some people who just did the raffle, we had like great raffle items, and not that we were trying to raise money, but we did raise like $175, and in my mind, so most of our hotel stays are $65 a night, so I'm like, cool, we
Two
just.
hotel stays.
Exactly, we just got
Awesome.
2 hotel stays, as long as they don't
Love that.
smoke in the room,
Yeah,
so that's a $200 cleaning charge, yeah, it's serious.
it's happened, I'm sure.
Yes, it did, and we were like, okay, no more smoking.
Yes.
But it was really successful. People were excited about it. We handed stuff out at the farmer's market, and people came over. We had a lot of kids. We also had like some people who have at different times supported Nelquit or been Nelquit clients. So it was really nice to have like a family event. Where it'll be at Trunk or Treat tomorrow. And then we're at
Where will the
the,
trunk or treat be for,
it's,
sorry,
I know, I was like, where is Trunk or Treat? Hold on, I have the,
we got one of the schools, no?
it's at one of the schools.
Okay.
Cause we're also at, is Mohawk Regional in Shelburne? That we're on the 30th, we'll be at their fair,
Cool.
their little resource fair. And then tomorrow it is, I have it on my outreach calendar. Maybe not. Interesting. I know it's called Trunk or Treat, and now I don't know where it is, sorry.
Don't worry.
It's okay.
Cool though. That's fun. Will you be dressing up?
I won't be, I took this event off because I've been at all. the
Oh,
other events.
understandable.
Oh, and it was also our board meeting, which can really ruin the fun.
And what, you want to say anything about the Adams family?
Yeah, that's the October 19th event. It went, well, we had 25
Oh,
people.
I thought that was I'm sorry, I missed the Adams family part. I thought the 25 people was that the proclamation. Got it. That's
No,
what was that.
no,
Got it.
it was
I
just the
skipped-
same week.
I skipped something in my mind because you were doing so many different things. Sorry.
Yeah, now I'm trying to, okay, Trunk or Treat is not on our information because we added it late. Good, that helps. I was like, it's not on our flyer.
Tomorrow. I don't feel like
I
I know
know.
about that one. That's great.
Well, wherever it is, we are decorating our van that we have for transportation with like
Cool.
teeth and eyes to try and make the trunk like a
That's awesome.
moderately scary monster.
Fun.
And then I have one thing to put on a future. The Mayor's Domestic Violence Task Force, did we vote to to join there's a rural network of domestic violence task forces, and we have to apply to be a member. They meet every other month. And it brings together like the Ware Domestic Violence Task Force, the Northwestern District Attorney's Task Force, the Franklin County Task Force, which was newly formed, and they meet to discuss different like outreach, different challenges they might be having, build community, and then also the rural network can sometimes fund different things for community-based task forces. Would none of you have to do anything if you say yes, because I'm already a
On
member?
it too.
Exactly,
And
so
I'm
I
gonna be
can.
going to like the.
Already on.
us are
Yes.
Yeah, we're already on it.
Like,
represented.
It would add, like probably an agenda item, like we would share out what was happening at the meetings and we would also share what we were doing. And it doesn't cost anything to be a member. Would people be willing to vote on becoming a member? I can also send an email with more information if you're skeptical, but it's really trying to make sure people who are doing this work are not recreating the wheel. And that we're building community and that it's like, it's mostly Western Mass, it's for rural areas, so it's trying to make rural areas more connected.
Yeah, and it would be so it would be a resource for us, basically. And like Amanda said, you know, the DA's task force is already a member, so I think and a bunch of other local task forces are already members. So it's a really well-established thing. It was co-created by, or sort of co-conceived of by Monica Moran and Amy Waldman, who are both longtime domestic violence focused professionals in the area who are very well known and well respected. So it's definitely something that's I can't imagine there being concerns, but we can definitely provide more information if needed. So is that something, thank you so much for bringing that up. Yeah, is that something we could talk about next time and vote on?
I think that's a great idea.
Be great. Yeah, thank you so
And
much.
there's always food at the meetings.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
foodie, so I'm just.
Yeah.
And coffee, there's coffee,
Yeah.
bagels, there's good snacks, yeah.
If any of you actually,
If
if
that's-
any of you did want to go sometime and see what the larger network was like, you'd be welcome to go as a rep for the mayor's task force sometime and check it out. And one of us at least would be there to sit next to you if you want a buddy, but you might know other people too. And they have generally they're going to be going back and forth between being virtual and then in the transit center right across. So generally going to be in the transit center. So in Greenfield, which makes it extra easy.
And my last thing is the Ware Domestic Violence Task Force did an awareness campaign and they got their awareness materials, like call this number if you need help or contact Hilltown Safe at Home, sent out with water bills. So it didn't cost them anything for the mailings. So it's like,
That's genius.
Yeah.
and I think we should if not in December, since we'll be organizing the drive, but like whenever the next water bills come out, if we can plan it ahead, we could put different resources into a little insert and see if we could get them mailed out.
Cool.
Cool.
I love that idea. And you know, what's really cool is we could do a few things. It could have domestic violence resources and it also could have some other things like there's an attorney, like a Mass Attorney General's website for people having like issues with like water, mold, heat, et cetera, in their homes. So there could be some other things that were like, it could be a bunch of different things. They're sort of
Yeah.
like things you might need at home, anything from like domestic violence to like raft support to
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
so, and then it would be.
Mass save information.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that would be great.
Me too. I just got $8,000 of
I was
free
gonna say, did you
information.
do it with your new
Yeah.
home? Yep,
Yeah,
yep, it's good stuff.
free. And then they gave me $100 gift
And
card.
there's no glitch, there's no like.
There's no catch.
There is no catch. You
I just now have a better insulated
Except
home.
that sometimes you do have to try to get in touch with them for like months and months and months.
That's a fact also.
Yeah, you have to
Joe
be
Comerford's
patient.
office will help you if that
Yes.
happens.
If that happened.
If
Done too.
Mhm.
Fabulous.
Yeah, they
so great.
did it. And then
Anyway,
in
sorry.
April, they're
Go.
re-upping their programs. It's for the record, for the official record. So in April, they'll re-up their programs to see what new incentives they'll be offering. And so check in.
Yeah.
In April to see what you may qualify for.
That's great. Yeah, I think something like that, if it's possible to do it with a water bill, would be really awesome. And we could have it printed with, there's
Love
task
that
force
idea.
money,
Mhm.
through the sheriff's department, I'm guessing, and then like but it could be something small that hopefully it wouldn't add to postage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering, if it's possible to do it with something that wouldn't add to postage, and then it could just go out with the other water bills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the water bills are usually, my dad's the water superintendent, so it's usually only 1 or 2 pieces of paper.
Yep.
So if we could do like either, like one of those inserts that you like turn over and it's just,
Yeah.
it might be.
Yep.
It won't change the postage.
There's also the water quality report that goes out too, but I don't know if people read those as
I
well.
was gonna say, I
I
think
love- I
people
kind of-
sometimes just.
And the bills are probably a bigger priority.
Oh, parents, most likely.
I think
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think the bill is probably more of a.
Unfortunately, Alana.
No, I do have to say, I love the water quality. report.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's like oddly interesting. Sorry. public health person here.
Manganese.
Okay, we'll let you end the meeting now if you'd like to end the meeting.
Oh, no worries. I just want to say, from the mayor's office, thank you so much to Amanda and the Resilience Center for having us. It was really great to see the building. It's a beautiful space and it was awesome to hear the story of how it used to be their space and then it was a home and then it became their space again.
The timing was impeccable.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And I just can't praise enough, I mean, the work everyone here does, but also the work that Amanda, you and your team do day in and day out, the compassion and courage that you all have to just make such a difference in our community. It's something that we can't honor or celebrate enough. So thank you so much for having us. No problem.
Yeah. We're trying. We're all trying. Cool. All right, motion to adjourn.
Yes, motion to adjourn.
A
Everyone.
second.
All right. Aye.
Great.
Cool. All right,
Thanks,
we're all
everyone.
set. We will see everyone again December 18th.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.